Yeah, I mean, okay. To start you on your Shadowlands journey in Season 3, we'll be lowering some of the Great Vault participation requirements with next week's maintenance on March 1st. The new threshold for the raid requirements will map better to the structure of the Sepulchre of the first one raid, especially for groups attempting to move on from one difficulty up to the next. The first raid vault now requires 2 raid bosses, was 3. Second one requires 5, was 6. Third one requires 8, was 9. That one seems kind of no-brainer. I mean, you kind of can't get 9 bosses in when there's only 8 bosses. So, yeah, kind of would be pretty lame. Feels like they had to do that. And that's good, I guess. You know what I mean? My bigger concern is, I think the way the raid works with tier all coming kind of from the last few bosses, it's not really going to, I don't really know how good the Great Vault is going to be for that type of thing. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with those 3 bosses after the subsequent week that comes after this. But then they also changed the Mythic Plus one. We want to make you feel a little more attainable, even as aspirational goals for highly engaged players who love that type of content. The third Mythic Plus vault now requires 8 completed dungeons. Was 10. And the third PvP vault now requires a bunch of honor that I couldn't give a shit about, to be honest. So, 8 dungeons instead of 10. So does that mean that there's no change, I guess, to the first and second one? Obviously, the first one can't really change in any positive direction. But yeah, so it's now 1, 4, and 8. How do I feel about that? Well, I guess that's cool. On those weeks where we're, a month into the season, or maybe, even further than that, and I'm getting burned out by the levers or whatever, yeah, great. 8 will help me get that third option every once in a while. But honestly, I'm going to be doing a lot more than 8 dungeons. I'm probably going to do 8 dungeons just on Tuesday. Like, let's be honest. I mean, provided I have enough time for that, I'm probably going to do 8 dungeons just on Tuesday. Yeah, I mean, it's the best way to gear up, right? Like, I mean, unless you're in a super serious raiding guilds, you're not going to be clearing out that raid in any time. I mean, and even if you did, there's still only 8 bosses. You're waiting on the next 3 the following week anyway. That'd be interesting to hear what people are doing gear-wise in there. But pretty clear that in the beginning weeks, at least 2, 3, 4 weeks in, actually getting gear from Mythic Plus is going to be absolutely crucial. So it just doesn't really matter. It's kind of a stopgap fix, and I really want to see them take this one step further and keep adding additional options past 8 or 10, whatever it used to be. Now it's 8. I think that would be a much better solution for Mythic Plus. I think it's pretty clear that most people do more than 8 keys a week. If you're serious about Mythic Plus, it's just not really an incentive. Like, you either don't like Mythic Plus and you're not really going to spend any time doing Mythic Plus, so getting even 1 done a week is a tall task. I know a lot of people like that. Or you're going to do a lot of keys throughout the week. You know what I mean? Like, you're never going to do like 7 keys, right? Like, I mean, does anybody do 7 keys? Like, it's just like, you either do a ton, you do play it a ton and you get it done for free, or you don't. You're not going to try to get 8 done. I think very few people will do that. Even like mildly serious players probably won't do that if they're not already doing it. So it seems kind of pointless. Seems like they definitely needed to do it for the raid, but you want to fix the problem. You want to get Mythic Plus, the vault to be more. Just keep adding every time, every 4 now. I guess it's just gonna be every 4. Make it 12. Make it 16. Keep going 20. You know what I mean? Just go all the way. 100. Doesn't really matter. More options. And then all of a sudden you have a really good system there, because then you can actually reliably get the items you need. My problem with the way it is now, it's extremely unlikely to get that one item you really want. Pretty much 2 seasons in a row I didn't get the trinket. Yeah, I wasn't gonna say 2 seasons, but it was basically on one character twice. I did my Orc DK and then my Night Elf Death Knight, both in season 2. Never got the trinket that I wanted from the vault the whole season. And obviously I didn't even do a couple at the end there, but yeah, it's just like kind of boring. You know what I mean? Like, they just really messed this up. It's just like everything that was good about gearing in Mythic Plus and Legion and then BFA, they just kind of removed it. So I like the vault. Obviously it's just subjectively better than it was in BFA in terms of Mythic Plus, but let's just keep going, man. I'd love to see that. So let me know what your thoughts are on this. If you have any thoughts, if you don't have any thoughts, then just leave a blank comment. You could put like a space or like a hyphen or just a single period or something like that. That's if you don't have any thoughts. If you have thoughts, yeah, I mean, you could leave those. That's fine.